Hello guys and girls and welcome to Game 3 of the MASCA CyberWars Grand Final between BoysBoys, or BoysBoys, and RAD, Really Angry Daniel. These two teams have shown a lot of skill throughout the entire tournament. BoysBoys are a known Canberra favourite, and these are just a couple of humble ANU teams looking to take the top spot of best in ANU, I guess. Thank you very much to the people running this, which is the Malaysian Students' Council of Australia. Great bunch of folk, of people, and this is the grand final of a team RAD that basically stayed in the upper bracket while boys dropped into the lower bracket reasonably early-ish against RAD, actually, through default, and then worked their way back up into the grand finals after a tough game with Southeast Asian rejects. What happened in the last two games? Last two games were absolutely amazing. RAD just put on the pressure. They didn't run in there and completely stomp BoysBoys. They didn't overdo it. They didn't focus too heavily on one strategy. They didn't over push it. They didn't overstay their welcome. They had good communication and really good timing in those crucial team fight moments, and that caused them to just be the better team, putting them in front of BoysBoys. And then once they had the ball rolling, it became more and more difficult for BoysBoys to actually come back from their deficit, basically. RAD now pulling out some interesting characters here. We've got Faceless Void and Skywrath Mage being the first two picks from RAD. The only thing I don't like about a Faceless Void first pick is that he can be reasonably well countered by good ganking heroes such as Ancient Apparition as well as Wraith King, and we can see that a potential offensive tri-lane can already be formed by BoysBoys with Ancient Apparition and a support Wraith King, or even with a carry Wraith King. That'll do a very good job of stopping Faceless Void. The combo between these two heroes is immediately apparent, because the Cold Feet will freeze them, will stun them if they're within a radius of the Cold Feet. And the Wraith Fire Blast will actually keep him in position. So if there's a Cold Feet followed by a Wraith Fire Blast, that is a 2-second stun duration plus a 3.5-second stun duration, which makes it a 5.5-second stun, which is absolutely huge back to back just with these two heroes here. Plus the right click damage that can come out thanks to the Chilling Touch can be really high against these squishy heroes, Faceless Void and Skywrath Mage. Let's take a quick look at the ban. Typical bans for the most part. We've seen an Undying ban from RAD, probably for good reason. Weaver being banned out is a new ban coming out from BoysBoys, but purely because Weaver is really strong, either in that offensive tri-lane or playing the solo safe lane position. BoysBoys deciding to ban out the... sorry about this, guys. I'm going to have to appear offline. BoysBoys deciding to ban out Razor and Tidehunter, two very strong teamfight heroes that we've seen RAD use to very strong effect in the game. More strange heroes coming out. It looks like BoysBoys have their lineup set. They're pretty much insta-picking their heroes, but RAD pick out a Clockwork, so it looks like they're going for a heavy gank lineup with good follow-up between Clockwork, Skywrath Mage, and Faceless Void. Already, it could be a Skywrath Mage mid to try and get into the early game, and Enigma coming out from RAD. So the team fight heroes all coming out from RAD. Invoker coming out from BoysBoys. Definitely Invoker in the mid. It looks like Mirana in the off lane with a dual lane Ancient Apparition Wraith King. What does that mean? What do BoysBoys want to pick as their fifth hero? I'd love to see an Axe. I think an Axe working with an AA and a Wraith King would be very strong in an offensive tri-lane. I think it would be insanely strong in an offensive tri-lane. And a Mirana off lane could definitely work, or a solo safe lane Mirana is also very strong, especially when coming up against the Clockwork. The Mirana won't necessarily beat the Clockwork, but yeah, the Mirana can easily farm without having to worry about the potential, the kill potential that the Clockwork has, at least until the Clockwork gets to level 6, in which case the Mirana will have level 6 by then as well. The Enigma draw here means that the Enigma Skywrath combo can be so strong, as well as with Clockwork, as well as with Faceless Void. I don't know what RAD are planning. Either way, they're not planning a heavy pushing build, but neither is BoysBoys by the looks of it, so this might be quite a long game. Waiting from the final ban from RAD. I wonder if they'll be able to hear my thoughts and decide to ban out that Axe. Axe being a strong hero that we have seen BoysBoys played in the past, and it would be an interesting last pick. Once again, it could be a Meepo. Meepo doesn't work as well with this lineup, but is still very strong. They decide to ban out a Silencer. I'm a little bit confused about that Silencer ban. I don't see how Silencer would fit into this lineup unless it was Silencer, Ancient Apparition, and a Wraith King carry, which could definitely work for a little bit of global presence with the Silence, the AA ult, the Mirana-ish, as well as the Invoker's Sunstrike. But Invoker versus Skywrath Mage, the Skywrath Mage has a reasonably easy time in that sort of lineup, as long as he plays safe. It could definitely be in favour. It could be a support Skywrath Mage, of course, though, but I'd love to see that Skywrath Mage in mid, especially with a support Enigma coming out, and the Clockwork can offlane reasonably easily. They decide to pick out the Death Prophet, thinking that RAD are going to be playing a support Skywrath Mage. I think that that RAD want another support. I think that they want to throw Skywrath in the mid, because Skywrath is really strong in the mid. Not really strong, but quite strong in the mid against Invoker. But they're just waiting for their 5th pickup here. I still think that it should be another support, a strong support to work with the Faceless Void. I'm not quite sure what it would be with this lineup. A Magnus would be reasonably strong, but a Magnus support is very hard to pull off. Zeus even would be interesting, but also very hard to pull off. Looks like they do pick up a Storm Spirit, and Sniper is picked up by BoysBoys. Oh, so a lot of interesting picks coming out here. I don't know what's going on anymore. I've got no idea what's going on with either team. So I'm guessing that's a carry Sniper being supported by a Wraith King, Ancient Apparition, Invoker in the middle, and Mirana in the off lane. Meanwhile, on the side of RAD, it could be a Sniper mid as well, but Sniper's going to have a lot of trouble against the Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit, yeah, being the final pickup, so that's almost certainly a Storm Spirit mid. Skywrath Mage support with an Enigma, trying to support a Faceless Void, and a Clockwork in the off lane on the side of RAD. So this is really interesting picks coming out by both teams here, and I do not know what to expect this game.
Prepare for battle.
So this time RAD must be aware of the level 1 smoke, of the pre-game smoke that BoysBoys have done the last 2 games, and maybe they are going to play it a lot more safe this time around and not give themselves up as bait for that level 1 smoke. And you can see lines being drawn. We ain't leaving the jungle. Maybe we go up through here. Maybe we can go up through their jungle. I'm not sure who's got the better teamfight potential. No, it is BoysBoys in the early game. But I was going to say maybe RAD could even, go out and fight them in the earlier game. But Big Cow is going to be playing very defensively, and we can see that Bloodstruck and Obiter are also playing very defensively, but they can't see anything. This time BoysBoys will not be getting anything. And BoysBoys will just have to graciously accept their defeat and move on. 2-0 to Radical in the MASCA CyberWars Grand Final. You're here with me, Only Logic, as the game is just about to start. Game 3, and potentially the winning game for RAD here, depending. Where's the rune? The rune is a regen, so not a lucky rune for RAD. So they'll probably just leave that rune there. We don't have many early Roshan people. Something that occurred to me was that they, BoysBoys could have gone for a level 1 Roshan, seeing as they do have that Wraith King, if they were particularly smart about it with the Invoker. Yeah, I'm not sure how they would have done it. So yeah, Rylan is in the mid versus a dual mid. Looks like they're fighting for mid here. Dual mid, and Bloodstruck is in the enemy jungle. I have no idea. I am so confused about what's going on in this game. There's a dual mid over to trying to fight against Rylan. Oh, and Video James and Elks as a sort of offensive dual lane against the solo safe lane Big Cow and the solo off lane Faceless Void. What am I seeing? What even is this game? An offensive dual lane as well. The Faceless Void with Obiter using all of his skills and then going for that easy invis. So Sniper versus Storm Spirit is almost certainly won by the Storm Spirit there. As long as he doesn't do bad plays like that. Let's take a quick look at last hits to see exactly what bad plays are actually happening. We see that at the top, yeah, is definitely Virgil, who will be getting the majority of last hits. Rylan with only 2 after taking a lot of harass in the early game. And Obiter has gone in for X4, and Miso Horny want to try and put in the damage. All they need is one time lock. That get it! First blood going to Obiter. The Skyrath Mage, the support Skyrath Mage, getting the first blood gold, getting the experience, and helping that Faceless Void farm a little bit easier. So very good play by RAD there, putting a lot of pressure in the first blood already. Elks and Eviv having to show up to help this what seems to be a carry invoker, seeing as Video James doesn't seem to need a lot of support, versus the Clockwork, who can actually get the kill on him. Like, he's going to have to play it very, very carefully. And there you go, he does get it. He does get it, and he does go for Video James, and he's actually blocking Video James in, almost blocking Video James in. Big Cow should have just continued focus on there. He might have even been able to get the kill, but alas, he doesn't continue on there. So Rylan actually not catching up. No, I take that back. All of the last hits pretty much going to Virgil in this lane. You can see he's about to hit level 4. Where's Rylan? Rylan's already hit level 4, and it's probably because of the shared experience in the earlier game. He's actually no, they are much closer than I originally thought they were. But good play there. And meanwhile, in the top lane, Chilling Touch has been cast, but it looks like both Obiter and Miso Horny are just going to back off there and take a little bit more right-click damage from X4. From the Invoker. Oh, a wraparound. No wraparound happening. Iviv has badly timed this. No, he does take the hit from the range creep to be able to pull the creeps away and give X4 a lot of farm here. Meanwhile, where is Enigma? Where did Enigma go? It looks like Enigma went into the bottom lane, and they are going to go for Video James. Video James is going to go down while Storm Spirit activated a haste rune. And Storm Spirit missing there. It looks like Virgil does want to go in. And he is able to go in, and he is able to deal a little bit of right-click damage, but a lot of headshots coming out. Sniper's going for the typical win mid-lane build. But 2 kills going in favor of RAD versus BoysBoys, with both teams having a strange lineup. Okay. So, what's happening in this game? For those of you who have just joined us, RAD is 2-0 up against the town favourites BoysBoys, and are actually doing an extremely good job of winning this game, actually. And RAD are actually doing a good job of winning this game out of the match, the set of 3. Although Miso Horny is going to have to play it very, very carefully, and he's going to have to get some points and backtrack. Yeah, it looks like he's going for the typical 2-2-2 build. Don't know whether he wants to get his ult at level 1 or if he just wants to farm it up. Didn't get the time lock on the catapult there. Bit of a shame. Obiter is waiting once again, but the pings have come out for Iv. Are they going to move up there? No, they're not. Obiter going to move towards that direction, but he wants to ping her out. Are they going to go for it? Level 6 on Virgil is there, and now they must know that she's up there. Yes, they guard. No, and the ultimate's going to come out, but badly timed by Virgil, means that he doesn't actually get to dodge it. And Ryland's level 6 and Virgil's level 6, and it's actually really, really close in the mid lane, even though the last hits are hugely in favour of Virgil there, but it means that the gold is going to be hugely in favour. XP 2,000 up, gold 3,000 up. Oh my goodness, RAD have already taken a huge advantage, and now they want to go around. They've already smoked up. Are they going into the top lane? Do they want to get Elks? Is Elks going to go down the stairs? No, oh god, he's going to be in a terrible position. He's going to be picked out by Virgil, and there's the gank, first gank immediately going already for Radical. Radical is making this game happen.
Here I am.
And with that regen rune popped, it means that he can actually continue zapping and using his ball lightning there until it finally runs out. And in the bottom lane, there's been TPs all round through. They've gone for the clockwork, but Miso Horny and Bloodstruck do stick around. Don't stick around, I should say. Miso Horny is literally 5 experience points away from getting that ultimate, but is our BoysBoys going to put on their early pressure that they're famous for putting on in-game? Ping, ping, ping. Let's defend this bottom tower. Pings just aren't coming out. Oh my goodness, and they go in for Sniper, and they get the kill on Sniper, and Virgil's going to go down. Thanks to the good response by the Invoker there and the communication in the mid, Iviv is going to have to play very carefully. No, he's not actually. It's just Obiter in here. But in the bottom lane, Miso Horny has gone in on Video James, and he's trying to get a kill on Video James. He does get the kill on Video James. Big Cow tries and runs in. He casts his battery assault, but he's in a bad position. Is he going to be able to get in range? No, he's going to decide that it's not a good idea to. He doesn't have his hookshot, or he did use his hookshot, maybe even to get a kill onto the Wraith King. What happened here in the mid? Mirana took out the Skywrath Mage with a good arrow, I'm guessing. Yes, using a good arrow as well as the leap, and then all it took was right clicks and a little bit of help from the tower. So, 5-3 in favour of Radical. Let's take another look at the XP graphs. It tried to drop down to BoysBoys, but it's still slowly and steadily climbing in favour. Homing in. Where is that going? That's going into the top lane to try and stem the bleeding in this lane here. Well, Big Cow goes back, and there's a lot of gankers. There's a lot of gankers on Radical, and BoysBoys have to play it very, very carefully. You are watching Only Logic. It is going to be great. This grand final might even go to 3 games, but the way that Radical are playing is very, very strong, and this might be the first time I'll ever have seen BoysBoys going 3-0 in the Canberra Dota 2 scene, or even that I've ever seen just generally. Warding here is on set to no one, so there's going to be a TP by Skeleton King, but they're going to go in for the Sniper, and they're going to be able to take down the Sniper again. The Sniper, a very squishy hero, one of the big reasons why he's not played in comp. The slow is going to come in. Is there going to be a stun follow-up? Yes, there is going to be a stun follow-up, and the right-click damage is going to come out. It's going to be absolutely huge. Where's the Skywrath Mage? The black hole is going to be used. They're going to go for the Skywrath Mage, but the Skywrath Mage is just going to have to back out. Big Clockwork is there, but he's not going to follow up on Iviv. And that's a kill on the Ancient Apparition as well, with a black hole having to be used. And that's the power of the gankers, and they've gotten a huge advantage on BoysBoys. Where's the XP? 4,000. Where's the gold? 4,000. And they're just going to keep pushing up this advantage. I wonder how good the team fight is going to be. The team fight heroes probably in favour of Radical, especially with that black hole, especially with the Mystic Flare that can deal a lot of damage. Even though it is single target damage, it's very good at removing something squishy like a Sniper, like an Ancient Apparition, not so much, or even like a Mirana, because you can silence her and then use the Mystic Flare to get rid of her really quickly. Let's take a quick look at net worth and see how it is in terms of the teams. Yeah, we can see the top 2. Oh my goodness!
I foresaw your death the moment you were born.
Faceless Void taking down Invoker. Did he use his ult? He did use his ultimate to take down Invoker. So, wow, big plays that I'm actually missing here. Oh, using a little bit of help from Obiter probably in the bottom lane there. Yeah, Mystic Flare must have been used. And that is the intense ganking power. And now Big Cow has picked out Rylan, and Rylan is not going to be useful for Rylan. Rylan's going to try and go in, and he is going to be able to get the kill, and he's going to try and right click on Iviv. Virgil's going to come in, he's going to be able to get the kill kill! And there's the Sunstrike hitting the creep as well and not getting the kill. Clockwork is going to be able to back off. Huge team fight potential, getting 2 kills there, 10-3 going in favour of RAD. They have really turned this around. RAD have learnt so much since their first few games. This tower coming down very, very, very low. And still dealing damage to the creeps. It is in deny range. It is in deny range actually, and it probably will be denied by X4. But that's going to be technically the first tower down. Is X4 going to deny it? No, he's not. So this tower can still actually go down full gold. Ah, Virgil going in for the Ancient Apparition, getting the kill. My goodness, and the highest is Rylan. The highest on the net worth is Rylan, and he's almost being beaten by the Enigma. There it is, the Enigma farming in the mid. Does end up getting a little bit more gold. Dire structures being fortified there. Is X4 going to deny this tower now? No, he's not in the bottom lane. Miso Horny is going to come in here with Big Cow, who's used his hook shot again. I'm missing all of these hook shots, and by the looks of it, he's missing them. He's missing them as well. All of the Eidolons are going to be doing a lot of damage on that mid tower.
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
Oh my goodness, and Virgil going in and taking care of the Mirana. My goodness, this is a complete whitewash to Radical. Wow, okay. For those of you who are confused, as your caster, let me just say, so am I. I really have very little idea of what's actually going on here, but you are watching the grand finals, and what looks to be maybe even the last game of the MASCA CyberWars. Bottom tower has finally gone down. The grand finals of the MASCA CyberWars, run by the Malaysian Students' Council of Australia. If you're interested in watching more of my casts, hit that follow button on Twitch. And if you want to watch the VODs, or if you want to watch through the games, they will be all up on YouTube, youtube.com/GoingOnlyLogical, or just search for Only Logic on YouTube. Once I get 50 subs on YouTube, I will be doing a giveaway. It'll probably be something like a headset or a mouse and a whole bunch of Nosgoth beta keys, if I can get my hands on some. Would be absolutely lovely. For those of you who are interested in the crew, simply send me a message, and I do have the crew beta keys. What on earth is going on? Rad has gone right in here, but he's gone down, and that's a 1-for-1 trade. Ultimately better for the BoysBoys there. The Clockwork going to be down for a long time. I'm not really sure what's going on with these hooks by the Clockwork.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
And now BoysBoys start the push with Dire's top tower falling. Virgil pushing out this tower. Structures are going to be fortified here, and it's Eidolons versus Forged Spirits. And it looks like ultimately Forged Spirits is going to win. The Clockwork is going to come in. They're going to try and go for Video James. Meanwhile, Miso Horny is going to say, hey, I see myself an Invoker here. Let's go for this Invoker. The Mirana ult is going to come out. Is it going to deal damage? It is going to deal damage. Invoker's going to go down, and now they're going to go for Rylan. Black Hole's going to come out, but it's only going to pick out Rylan. Elks is going to be next on the agenda. Will Virgil be able to go in? Obita wants to. He wants to chase. He wants to try and go in, try and deal the damage there. Miso Horny's going to come in, but he's going to trap himself in the trees. Big Cow is going to be there as well, but Miso Horny is going to have to wait for a few minutes. Where they're next going for Iviv. Big Cow is going to have to play it very carefully. He goes! He gets the hook shot! He's able to get it! That's 3 down on the side of BoysBoys! And now they're going to be able to push this middle tower 16-4, going in favour of Radical. Really Angry Daniel doing a good job of bringing this game in for the win. Last game here, Virgil's going to take an Invis rune. Oh, that's going to be very dangerous. Will BoysBoys be able to come back from this? Let's take a look at XP. 12,000 experience in favour of Radical. In the gold, 12,000, and this is the most pub stompy I think I've seen in definitely any of the finals. But I'm really surprised that BoysBoys aren't able to do a lot more work in this game. Yeah, Yeah, but BoysBoys top team in Canberra might even be toppled by Radical, a team that we do know, that we are aware of, but one that's not particularly famous. The arrow is going to come out, it is going to miss, but if that arrow had hit, that could have potentially been quite dangerous. Bloodstruck's going to be stunned up. Who's going to TP in here? It's Clockwork. He does have his hook shot. He's just waiting for someone. He could have gone in on Rylan. He decides not to. The Mystic Flare coming up, but not dealing much damage. Ultimately, Bloodstruck's going to take a lot of damage. He's going to pop his mech, but he's going to die to the Sniper, who's going to be interrupted. What happened to the Sniper? The Sniper finally gets off. Virgil goes in. That's a 1-for-1 kill. Big Cow getting very, very low. The Skeleton King going down to Virgil as well. And now Virgil's going to be able to get X4. 3 kills for 1. Triple kill going to Virgil. Whew. 3-for-1 in favour of BoysBoys. Oh no, and Iviv is out of position, and Iviv gets caught out as well. My goodness, and I can't see how this is anything but GG for BoysBoys. Radical playing absolutely amazingly in this third game.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
If you like seeing these sorts of games, if you don't understand these teams, and you want to find out more about the Canberra scene, definitely hit the follow button on my Twitch, because I'll be casting the Barracks LAN this weekend. I'm actually really looking forward to the Barracks LAN, and casting all of these Canberra teams in Dota 2.
Rock it on!
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Dire's bottom tower going down. BoysBoys are trying to move in. An arrow is going to come out and it's going to hit nobody. RAD know when they've pushed in a little bit too far and they're able to back out. Very smart play, and now they've gone in, but the ultimate, alas, is going to be used. No, Ryland ended up not using that ultimate because they were able to kill it soon enough. Bloodstruck does have his black hole though. Is he going to try and go in for a particularly big black hole? The ultimates come out by Ancient Apparition. Miso Horny is going to go down, but also swapping out for that Invoker. Faceless Void getting that Invoker. Ultimately not a great trade, because you see the difference in gold here, but the difference in gold is so minimal that it might as well not make a difference, and we'll see the graphs not really take that into account either. The question is, when are RAD going to want to actually make a fight happen? Obita has come in. He's trying to go for Elks, and Elks is just going to TP out of there. Good play by Elks. Trying to push out this lane, but giving a little bit of farm to the farm-needing Skywrath Mage, who's working on a Bloodstone by the looks of it and coming very, very close to getting a Bloodstone. Bottom lane, Bloodstruck is going to continue being able to push and put pressure in this lane. And Rylan, with not very many items, looks like he wants to go for a Mask of Madness, but he really does need some more tank ability here. Rad Cow wants to know for someone to go for. And he's going to go in for the hook, and he's going to go for the long-range hook, and he's going to be able to get the Rylan! And the huge amount of damage is going to come out, but the stun is going to come in from Iviv. And they're going to be able to do a lot of damage. He's quite tanky, though. He's going to be able to pop his Drum of Endurance, and he might even be able to walk away. The ultimate coming in there, he's so low. Rad Virgil picking up Godlike. And finally, the mech coming out on the tower going down. So what happened here? Virgil ran in with his ball lightning and was able to take a Tango shared drop here. So they're trying to point out the Tango for Big Cow, and Big Cow like, oh, they don't have any items, mate. Oh, fucking items. So he's just going to launch his rockets, get back to base, and I don't think BoysBoys can come back from this. I really can't see BoysBoys coming back from this. Very strong play by Radical in all 3 games, which means that this is going to be ending shortly. Yeah, when it's over 15,000, I guess that's not the give-up point. I think 20,000 is the give-up point, but it's still looking highly in favour of RAD at this point. And now we can see the huge presence in the middle lane. Is Bloodstruck going to use the mechanism? I think he should use the mechanism, even if it is early on. Who was that? Is that Horny's one? Yes, it is. Oh, and a nice long-range one again. Obita getting the kill there on the long-range hook with the Ancient Apparition. And Ryland trying to invoke his range as well, but the Mask of Madness means that this tower is going to fall relatively quickly, no matter how much the Forged Spirits are trying to help. And Big Cow has gone in and he's trying to go for X4, but he's going to be stunned up by Video James. And is the ultimate going to come out? Yes, it is. He's going to go for X4. Ball Lightning's going to come in. He's going to go straight for Ryland and he's going to be able to get an easy kill. They're going to be able to turn this around on Video James, who's going to get blocked in. Once again, the Forged Spirit's doing a lot of damage, but they'll be able to be farmed up by Me So Horny. And BoysBoys are going to have to call this game. They're going to have to call it. I can't see them winning it. There's huge damage potential coming out. There's the 20,000. There's the peak. There's the GG point. I cannot see Boys bringing this back. All the best of luck to Boys. What do they need to do? They need to not let this happen. They need to roam around as 5. If is going to get picked off by Virgil. And that means that they're going to have to play so incredibly safe, which means that the farm is going to hugely accelerate from Radical. If they get one good team fight, they may be able to bring this back, but a Bloodstone on Storm Spirit basically means that any chance of that previously happening now no longer can, especially with the Orchid on him. Skywrath Mage getting a Rod of Atos is what I think that builds into. Yes. So I do know this game. Whew. To get it for the slow against Hero. They don't even need slow. They've got lockdown. I thought he was going for a Bloodstone. He should go for a Bloodstone. That way he can cast his Mystic Flare a lot more often. I really like the idea of Bloodstone on supports, even though it is a heavily farmed item. Or a hard to farm item. And we see BoysBoys moving in as 5 into the top lane, but Big Cow wants something to happen. Oh, he cancels his hook shot. He wants to try and go in for a hook shot. Is he going to go in? He's going to go in straight onto Iviv, but he's going to back off straight after that and pop his Blade Mail as well, and actually take a lot of damage. Now the ultimate is going to come in from Sniper, but it's not going to deal anything. Bloodstruck's going to be able to nullify that with the mechanism. Dire's top tower falling now, so a lot more pressure. Still pressure in the mid as well from Virgil, who's able to cast all of his spells with 0 repercussion, or with next to 0 repercussion. Me So Horny does have his ultimate, and now they're all roaming into the midfield. They want something to happen in this mid lane. And Mirana trying to do a scouting arrow there to get maybe get a hit off on someone, but they couldn't have engaged on that. And meanwhile they leave X4 in the top lane to try and farm, try and get as much farm as he can, but it really is quite pointless. Bloodstruck is now just going to stick around here. Is he going to... Oh, no idea.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And RAD is actually going to back off. RAD is actually going to push the lanes, give BoysBoys a little bit of farm, and actually back off. And what is this going to cause the Graphs to do? It's going to cause the Graphs to plateau just slightly, but it's because they want to go into the Roche Pit. They're wondering whether they can do the Roche Pit, and I frankly think that they should be able to if they get someone like Skywrath Mage in there as well to help with things like Seal.
Here I am.
BoysBoys point out that no, yeah, the pings are coming out for the Roche Pit, but nothing can happen, and you can see that the Sunstrike is going to come out there, but so what? They're going to go straight onto Iviv. Obita is here with Big Cow. Big Cow! Oh, Obita walking into Big Cow's hook and causing massive issues. Bad miscommunication. Could this turn it around? No, Roshan is almost certainly still going to go down. It just means that they're not able to get the kill. A couple more right clicks. Will it happen? Yes, it will. Where's Faceless Void? Faceless Void isn't going to take this. He's got his Crystallis though. And the Aegis is going to be taken by Storm Spirit, who is currently on top. And now they're going to push this mid lane. They're going to put a lot of pressure on this mid lane. No mech's going to come out quite yet. But Big Cow already with the mana to be able to cast his hook shot, but with the cooldown for another 12 seconds. Now they're going to just wait here. The ultimate's going to come out. Big Cow is really, really low. Virgil trying to put pressure. The mech is going to come out to once again basically nullify that shot. And Virgil is just looking for a good opportunity. They're just waiting for a good opportunity to go in. X4 is in vision. No, he decides not to go right in. They're just waiting probably for just the hook shot. They don't have any wards. I would love to see a ward being placed right there, which can be reached actually from the low ground, but alas, that's not happening either. Top lane being pushed by Me So Horny. It's going to go all the way up to the tower, and that catapult is actually going to deal damage there as well. That's going to be a huge ult. Me So Horny is going to be in a bad position, but he's actually going to dodge the Sunstrike. That's the first kill going the way of the Wraith King. Wraith King is going to stun, and he's going to go in, and is the ultimate going to come out? It is going to come out. It's going to hit 3. Huge damage going to be coming out by Me So Horny. They're going to go for X4, but they're not going to be able to go in. Yeah, Virgil's going to finish up. And a black hole coming out. Bloodstruck using his black hole on the tower, picking nobody up. The buybacks are going to come out from BoysBoys. They know that they need to defend this push, that this is the key push that they need to defend. And that Sunstrike is going to do no damage because of the number of targets that it hits. And you can see Virgil there. Where's Virgil? He probably wants to go in again. Is he going to go in on Eviv? No. Big Cow is just going to tank up the stuns. But he is going to go in on X4. Damage is going to come out. Me So Horny. Then he's going to follow up straight onto Ryland. Ryland's going to go down. Eviv's going to go down thanks to Orbiter on a mega kill. Virgil's going to turn down and take down Elks. That's 5 for 1. BoysBoys being completely wrecked this game, but not calling GG yet. They think that there might be a chance in this game. I can't see it. I think RAD are so confident now in this game. Still not calling GG. Mega creeps in the mid lane. Let's take a look at the graphs. 30,000 in experience, 30,000 in gold. Video James is out of position, and that's it. No. No GG call. No GG call yet. RAD must be super confident in this game, but they're still waiting. The great thing about the Bloodstone is that he can just go straight back into the fight, or not literally straight back into the fight, but he can probably kill this Mirana, and he's going to go straight in onto this Mirana. He's got the Blink Dagger, and he's going to, couple more right clicks will do it, and then he goes onto Elks, but he gets picked out, and if he dies here, it's going to be absolutely huge. He's going to need to use his Blink Dagger at just the right time, but the rain is on him. And finally he does get out of there, and he is able to use his blink now, but the Faceless Void is going to come in, and Virgil's going to turn this around, and X4 is going to go down, and so is Ryland. The entire team from BoysBoys is here, and they're putting on the pressure, from RAD, sorry, is here, and they're putting on the pressure on BoysBoys. Second tower going to go down, second tier 3 tower going to go down, as well as the second lane of Rax. BoysBoys still not calling GG. They still think that there might be a chance. Big Cow doesn't have his Ags yet.
Bottom is missing.
And they know that Mirana might have used her ult. But yeah, they don't know, so they're just putting pressure now. They're going for this mid tower. They want to focus down this mid tower. They want to win this game quickly. They know they're in front, and they know that they can continue putting pressure just as everybody else spawns up. Virgil just putting a little bit of pressure himself. He's going right in. But BoysBoys, you can see how safe they're playing, and now they're going to push the middle tower, and Iviv trying to go in, trying to deal damage, but he's going to go down next to instantaneously by Virgil. Ancient Apparition going down as well. Video James, although he does have his ultimate and everything is slowed down, they're going to immediately follow up onto him, and now they're going to go onto X4. X4 is going to go down. The Chronosphere's ultimate is going to come out. Me So Horny is going to get that double kill, and that is GG to RAD, who are going to be able to take the Ancient. GG, well played, going in favour of them. Amazing plays by Radical in all 3 games. And RAD saying, see you on Saturday, because that's when the Barracks LAN is going to be happening this weekend. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm going to love to see both RAD and BoysBoys are going to be there. Or Sunday, I should say, yes. Sunday at the LAN. It is going to be super exciting, and my goodness, wow, what an exciting bunch of games. Okay, let's go through it. Let's go through what happened. First game, RAD decided to go for a pushing build, and what they did is they just pushed BoysBoys. No, they didn't go for a pushing build, sorry. They went for a team fight ganking build, but they still outpushed BoysBoys because they got that tiny little bit of an advantage. Not much on ganks coming out of their way, but just very, very smart, tactical little plays. Second game, BoysBoys decide to go for the pushing build, and they just get BoysBoys decide to go for the team fight build, but they just get countered by Radical jumping in there in this third game. I don't even know what went on here. Radical decided to go for heavy a gank ability with next to zero push, a little bit of counter push, Enigma for push there, and counter push in terms of clockwork, I guess, and maybe Storm Spirit, and BoysBoys decide to go for I don't even know, a pub build, I'm guessing. I have no idea what that is. But either way, RAD get the upper hand, and they're able to win this game and win the series. MASCA CyberWars for 2014. Congratulations to Really Angry Daniel. I'd like to give a huge thanks to everyone that's participated in the scene. Firstly to the Malaysian Students Council of Australia, for running this. Thank you for having me as a caster. I'd like to give huge thanks to all of my viewers. Hit that follow button if you'd like to see me do a lot more stuff. It's going to be up on YouTube as well, youtube.com/goingonlylogical, but the best place to catch me is on my Facebook, www.facebook.com/onlylogicgaming. Is where the best place to catch me will be. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll be doing my weekly stream on Wednesday, as well as the stream on Saturday and Sunday, Sunday more like, for the Barracks LAN. Thank you guys, I will see you next time.